Hello, future chemists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of aldehydes and ketones. Today, we are diving deep into oxidation, a fundamental concept that governs how these compounds react and transform. We'll start with the basics, move through medium and hard levels, and finally tackle the most challenging aspects crucial for G advanced. Get ready to unlock the secrets of chemical transformations. Ready to see how aldehydes and ketones behave when exposed to oxidizing agents? Let's begin with the easy stuff. Oxidation in organic chemistry is a key reaction, often involving the gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen. Aldehydes, with their unique CHO group, are quite reactive. The hydrogen atom directly attached to the carbonyl carbon makes them very easy to oxidize. They readily transform into carboxylic acids. On the other hand, ketones, characterized by a CHO group bonded to two alkyl or aryl groups, are generally much more resistant to oxidation under mild conditions. This fundamental difference is crucial for their identification and synthetic applications. To differentiate between aldehydes and ketones, we use mild oxidizing agents like Tollens reagent and Fehling's solution. Tollens reagent, an ammoniacal silver nitrate solution, turns into a shiny silver mirror when it oxidizes an aldehyde. Ketones, however, show no reaction. Similarly, Fehling's solution, a blue copper tartrate complex, is reduced to a red-brown precipitate of cuprous oxide by aldehydes, while ketones remain unreactive. These tests are invaluable for quickly identifying an aldehyde functional group in a lab setting. Let's test your understanding. Can you identify which compounds will react with Tollens reagent? Try writing the complete reaction for butanol with Fehling's solution. And think about why ketones are less reactive to mild oxidation. Pause the video, try these questions, and then check your answers. Now that you've got the basics, let's step up our game and explore the world of strong oxidizing agents and their impact on aldehydes and ketones. Beyond mild differentiation, strong oxidizing agents play a critical role. These powerful reagents, such as acidified potassium permanganate, acidified potassium dichromate, or concentrated nitric acid, are capable of oxidizing both aldehydes and ketones. For aldehydes, the reaction is straightforward. They convert directly to carboxylic acids, just as with mild oxidizers, but often more vigorously. However, the real challenge and interest lie in their interaction with ketones, which, as we learned, resist mild oxidation. Strong oxidizers force a more drastic transformation, often leading to carbon-carbon bond cleavage. Ketones, lacking a hydrogen on their carbonyl carbon, require vigorous conditions for oxidation. This often results in the cleavage of carbon-carbon bonds adjacent to the carbonyl group. This is where Popoff's rule becomes important for unsymmetrical ketones. This rule states that during vigorous oxidation, the C-to-C bond cleavage preferentially occurs such that the carbonyl group remains with the smaller alkyl group. This leads to a mixture of carboxylic acids. For example, in butan 2-1, the bond between the carbonyl and the ethyl group breaks, leaving the carbonyl with the methyl group, yielding ethanoic acid and another ethanoic acid molecule from the cleaved ethyl fragment. Let's summarize the strong oxidizers. Acidified potassium permanganate is an extremely potent agent, capable of complete oxidation, though typically it yields carboxylic acids from aldehydes and ketones. Acidified potassium dichromate is also strong, but generally considered milder than permanganate, allowing for more controlled oxidations. Concentrated nitric acid is another powerful oxidizing agent that can induce carbon-carbon bond cleavage in ketones under harsh conditions. Understanding these agents is crucial for predicting reaction outcomes and designing synthetic pathways. Time to apply Popoff's rule. Predict the products for pentane to one's vigorous oxidation. Consider what functional group causes a positive Tollens test and its product with strong oxidizers. And for 3-methylbutane 2-1, Can you draw the structures of the carboxylic acids formed by Popoff's rule? Finally, reflect on why strong oxidizers are a must for ketones. Take your time to work through these problems. Now, let's challenge ourselves further with advanced oxidation reactions and their mechanisms. Delving deeper into differentiating tests, Toland's reagent, with its active Ag species, is highly sensitive and diagnostic for aldehydes, producing a distinctive silver mirror. Fehling's test, using Cu superscript to tartrate, is also for aldehydes but less sensitive, with aromatic aldehydes sometimes giving negative results due to electronic factors. Beyond these, the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation presents a fascinating transformation. Ketones react with peroxy acids to form esters, while aldehydes yield carboxylic acids. This reaction involves the migration of an alkyl or aryl group from the carbonyl carbon to an oxygen, with the migratory aptitude following a specific order. Tertiary alkyl groups migrate most readily, followed by secondary, then phenyl, primary, and finally methyl. This selectivity is key in complex synthesis. Another important oxidation for specific ketones is the haloform reaction. Methyl ketones, characterized by the CH-CoO group, react with halogens in the presence of a base to produce a haloform, such as iodoform, a yellow precipitate with INOH, and a carboxylate salt. This reaction proceeds through a mechanism involving alpha halogenation of the methyl group, followed by nucleophilic attack and elimination. It's a vital diagnostic test, particularly the iodoform test, for identifying methyl ketones and certain secondary alcohols. Understanding these specific reactions and their mechanisms is critical for advanced organic chemistry problems and synthetic design. Understanding the nuances of these reactions is vital. For instance, the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation isn't just about forming an ester, it's about which group migrates, dictated by its ability to stabilize a developing positive charge, impacting regoselectivity. The haloform reaction, while seemingly simple, involves a fascinating sequence of alpha halogenation and cleavage, making it a powerful tool for structure elucidation. These reactions, along with the selective use of chromium reagents, highlight the importance of choosing the right oxidant for the desired transformation, a cornerstone of synthetic organic chemistry. Time for some hard-hitting questions. Can you predict the Baeyer-Villiger product for 2-methylcyclohexanone, considering migratory aptitudes? What's the structure of a compound giving both iodoform and Toland's tests? Explain the difference in reactivity of benzaldehyde to Fehling's. Order the migratory aptitudes. What are the products of butanol with various oxidizers? And finally, how would you distinguish propanol from propanone? Tackle these challenges to solidify your understanding. Alright, Future G Advanced Toppers. Prepare to dive into the deepest levels of oxidation chemistry, exploring mechanisms, synthesis strategies, and industrial applications. Let's explore the Baeyer-Villiger oxidation in greater detail. This reaction is a concerted process. It begins with the protonation of the ketone's carbonyl oxygen, which activates it for nucleophilic attack by the peroxy acid. A Crigi intermediate is formed, which then undergoes a synchronous rearrangement. The carboxylic acid portion of the peroxy acid departs, and simultaneously, one of the alkyl or aryl groups migrates from the carbonyl carbon to the oxygen atom that came from the peroxy acid. This migration is stereospecific, meaning if the migrating group is chiral, its configuration is retained. The migratory aptitude order, tertiary alkyl being the highest, followed by secondary, phenyl, primary, and then methyl, is influenced by both electronic and steric factors, essentially reflecting the ability of the group to stabilize a developing positive charge during the transition state. Oxidation reactions are indispensable tools in organic synthesis and retrosynthetic analysis. The conversion of aldehydes to carboxylic acids allows for the synthesis of a vast array of derivatives like esters and amides. The Baeyer-Villiger oxidation is particularly powerful, enabling the ring expansion of cyclic ketones to form lactones, or the direct conversion of acyclic ketones to esters. In retrosynthesis, understanding these oxidations helps us work backward from a complex target molecule to simpler starting materials. For instance, an ester might be disconnected to a ketone, or a carboxylic acid to an aldehyde. Furthermore, protecting groups, such as acetals or ketals, are often employed to shield sensitive carbonyl groups from unwanted oxidation during other synthetic transformations, highlighting the strategic role of oxidation control in complex synthesis. Oxidation chemistry extends far beyond the lab bench, playing a crucial role in industrial processes. A prime example is the large-scale production of adipic acid, a key monomer for nylon 6,6. This is achieved through the nitric acid oxidation of cyclohexanone, a reaction that involves the critical cleavage of carbon-carbon bonds. Beyond this, green chemistry principles are increasingly being applied to oxidation reactions to minimize environmental impact. This involves replacing traditional, often toxic, oxidizers like chromates and permanganates with more environmentally benign alternatives. For example, using oxygen or hydrogen peroxide as oxidants, often with catalytic systems, significantly reduces waste by producing water as the only byproduct. Biocatalysis, utilizing enzymes, offers another promising avenue for highly selective and sustainable oxidation under mild conditions, further aligning industrial practices with green chemistry goals. These innovations are transforming how we think about and execute chemical transformations on a global scale, pushing towards more sustainable and efficient processes. The impact of oxidation chemistry is profound, extending from fundamental research to industrial innovation. Understanding the precise mechanisms, like the concerted nature of Bayer-Villiger migration, allows for rational design of new catalysts and more efficient synthetic routes. The principles of green chemistry drive the development of cleaner oxidation technologies, minimizing waste and energy consumption in large-scale productions such as adipic acid. Finally, sophisticated analytical techniques like IR, NMR, and mass spectrometry are essential for characterizing reactants and products, providing definitive proof of chemical transformations. These tools enable chemists to confirm the success of an oxidation reaction and identify the specific functional groups formed, bridging theoretical understanding with practical application and ensuring the integrity of synthetic pathways. All right, let's tackle these challenging problems. For question 1, delve into the Bayer-Villiger mechanism for 3-methylbutane to -1, paying close attention to migratory aptitudes. For question 2, outline a retrosynthetic pathway for methyl propanoate from propan-1-ol, ensuring an oxidation step is included. Next, discuss the industrial significance of oxidizing cyclohexanone for adipic acid, considering challenges and solutions. Then, explain how using oxygen as an oxidant aligns with green chemistry, providing a relevant example. Finally, predict the products when acetophenone is treated with CO, and explain the selectivity. Think critically and apply all you've learned. Let's continue with the remaining tough questions. For question 6, use the provided spectroscopic data to deduce the structure of a CHO compound and its carboxylic acid product after oxidation. Then, design a synthetic route to convert 4-methylcyclohexanone into 4-methyl-epsilon-caprolactone. For question 8, elaborate on the role of catalysts in green oxidation processes and their contribution to sustainability. Next, explain the differing reactivity of benzaldehyde towards Fehling's solution compared to aliphatic aldehydes, focusing on electronic factors. And finally, describe how IR and superscript 1H NMR spectroscopy can differentiate between an aldehyde, a ketone, and a carboxylic acid, all with the same number of carbons. These questions require a comprehensive understanding, so put on your thinking caps. And that wraps up our deep dive into the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. I hope this session has illuminated the complex and fascinating world of organic oxidation reactions, from basic concepts to advanced mechanisms and industrial applications. This knowledge is not just for exams, it's fundamental to understanding how molecules transform and how new materials are created. For more such comprehensive and engaging content, make sure to visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for continuous learning and updates. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep aspiring for excellence. See you in the next session.